Hey, yo, welcome back guys. Today I thought I was going to clean out my scorpion's enclosure. I'm also going to try to switch out the substrate with cocoa fiber because I don't really like how dirty the enclosure's been getting, and I think it needs a clean. It hasn't been cleaned in a while, so that's what we're going to be doing today, and let's get on with that. So here's the scorpion's enclosure. It's got some sphagnum moss. I need to give it some more water as well. So we're gonna be doing that today. Let's stick this in there, because I'm gonna be putting a scorpion in here while I do this. I think what I'm gonna do is take the scorpion out. This is an Asian forest scorpion, to jog your guys' memory. He ate recently. I gave everything food recently because I went to PetSmart, got some more crickets. I don't see any of the crickets still in here, so it looks like everything has been eaten. But as you can see, there's a ton of like isopods and millipedes in here. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It just it doesn't feel clean to me, and so I just want to make sure that there's nothing bad in here that could affect the scorpion. So that's why I'm taking all this stuff out. But I have some cocoa fiber, so we're gonna get that done. I'm gonna reuse some of the sphagnum moss though, because I like it for humidity purposes. I'm gonna be washing out the hide as well, because he likes to use it. So let's get on with that. Looks like we have the scorpion and a water dish that I'm gonna be cleaning out in here, closing it up. The Asian forest scorpion is one of my more defensive creatures. Asian forest scorpions are a lot more defensive than a lot of other creatures, like a emperor scorpion are a lot less defensive, but that's okay. As long as you leave it alone, it's fine. All of my other creatures are not really that defensive. My OBT isn't even that defensive, but I got a cricket here. I always like feeding this Brachypelma species. Where's my tongs? Oh, there they are. Find it up there. Oh, maybe he's not hungry right now. That's okay. I'll give this to something else. So I fed the cricket to my Heterometerus, but I didn't have the orientation of the camera set up until I already fed it. So you're not going to be able to see it actually grabbing the cricket, but you can see it. It's getting much bigger, much prettier. I might have to upgrade its enclosure soon. I'm going to a reptile expo in a few weeks. I can get one then. Alright, moving on to the scorpion. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably don't need to buy a new enclosure for this one. I think I could easily give this tarantula crib enclosure that I have for my other Heteroscodra to this one, because that one is not really that big. It can much easily fit in here, and this one can easily fit in that one. So I think I'll just switch their enclosures today. Not on camera though, because they're really fast and I don't want to lose them. Alright, we got it basically cleaned out. Let's start putting new cocoa fiber in here. So here we go. We have all the new cocoa fiber in there. Mixed in some of the old fat sphagnum moss as well to hold humidity a little bit. A new water in the water dish. Put in the hide, which has been cleaned off. It's great. Sink it in a little bit deeper so that he has a lower place to hide. Alright, Mr. Asian Forest Squirmin'. Wow. He's real defensive if I stick my fingers in there. Yeah, see? He's not very happy. Let's get him in. There we go. Done. There you go, pal. New and improved. Break that up a bit. And it's in his water dish. Great. Well, scorpions are really cool creatures. I've been thinking about getting some, what are they called? Either Deathstalker or some Titus species. Because there are some pretty ones out there that are interesting. But, other than that, I think I'm going to switch the, one Heteroscourge to the other Heteroscourge's container, and I'm going to be doing that off camera, because that is going to take a lot of effort, and I don't want to deal with that while holding a camera, so that's what we're going to be doing. I'll get to you when I do that. After a little bit of fumbling, I managed to switch the smaller one into this enclosure, so he can grow inside of that one. And we have the bigger one, which I'm going to try my best to get in here. So, let's try. And after a bit of nervous fumbling, I managed to get him inside of the enclosure. That's good. Great. That took a bit of effort, but it's been done. So, that's good. Look at that. All spread out. He's very well fed. So, he doesn't need to be fed for a while. He's probably going to web up all this. This is the old one's web. And so, I'll probably just web all this up. Speaking of webbing things up, my OBT has webbed up its entrance. I don't know if that means it's in pre-molt or something, but it started to web the outside area a little bit. It connected it to that branch as well as connected it to the wall, and so I hope that it'll venture out and start webbing all of this stuff up, because I really wanted an OBT that was going to web the crap out of its enclosure, but so far it's only really webbed up the entrance of its hide. You can sort of see the orangish circle in there. That's the spider. I'm still just happy to have an OBT in general. It's a really nice spider. It'll probably stay in here for the rest of its life because I don't really think it needs a bigger enclosure. But yeah, I think I'm going to give it more water though because its water dish is empty. I gave my Brachypelma more water today. I also fed it. I thought it would take a second cricket, but it didn't. It only took one, so. Black widows. All nice and good. I moved the amble pidgey down here because it was like it was taking up too much space up here. I have too many creatures. Yeah. Now what I could do, hold on a second. Would you look at that? All I did was, I moved all of these as far to the sides as they could be. Now I've made space in the middle for a Brachypelma enclosure. It's nice. If it ever decides to use the hide, it can fit under there. I don't know if it actually can fit in the hide, but that's good. Probably spread out my black widows as well. These are always nice to look at. They don't really make very good display spiders though, since they're always just kind of doing nothing. Their enclosures aren't very large. They don't really need to be though. It's good. I hope to add more to it at some point, but it'll probably just go down there anyway. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. I just came out here to talk about some stuff because out here the lighting's a lot better. Unlike my room where the lighting is not nearly as good for filming videos. I think during the summer when it starts to get a bit warmer, I'm going to start filming as much as I can outside. Either that or I'm going to get some brighter lights for my room. Because the dark yellowy lights that I have, mixed with the red of the background of my room do not really work well when trying to film videos. Everything looks really bad, which is why I try to film with the flashlight so that it can counteract that and film better. But I'm very happy to say that every creature that I have bought has survived since the time that I bought it. All the original 3 that I bought in that one video, the Amblepidgy Scorpion and Heteroscodra, that I thought was an OBT, they have all survived. They're all still alive, and in good condition. The Amblepidgy still feeds. The Scorpion is still alive and well. We just saw that. The Heteroscodra that I thought was an OBT, though, is not doing too well. It's got noticeably smaller, and its butt is like brown. It's not as vibrantly white and gray as the other Heteroscodra I have, which is weird because the Heteroscodra that I bought at that expo with the Amblepidgy and Scorpion was a captive bred, and those generally do well comparatively to those that are wild caught, which is what that second Heteroscodra was. And it arrived with 2 legs missing. But since then, it's molted once, grown both legs back, and it's in basically perfect condition. Eating whenever I give it food, and it's doing amazingly. Its colors are vibrant, it's active, so I really don't know what's wrong with the other Heteroscodra, because I keep them about the same. And the Heteroscodra, I gave an actual enclosure to. The one that my doing better Heteroscodra is in I don't even know what it is. It's like some weird fake lava lamp thing. I was just like, I'm never going to use this, but it's tall enough to be an enclosure, so I just made it an enclosure. And then the other one that's not doing well, I gave it a tarantula cribs enclosure. So I don't know why it's not doing well. But maybe somebody who has had this happen to them, who knows what is happening, they can leave that in the comments. That'd be nice. It might have something to do with the fact that I thought it was an OBT, so I didn't give it an arboreal setup. I tried to give it more of a semi-arboreal setup, like people give their OBTs and their GBBs, stuff like that. So it might have gotten messed up for the couple of months until I figured out what it really was. Which, by the way, I am so fucking clueless. I don't know how I went that long without realizing that it was the same species as the Heteroscodra. Because I got the Heteroscodra like a month afterwards, and it never occurred to me, wow, these things look completely identical. I wonder why. I'll just chalk it up to me not knowing it existed, so I don't know. It really hit when I saw a picture of a juvenile OBT, because they're orange when they're younger. A dirty orange, but still orange, not white. But, you know, now I know. I try to look at the positives of any situation. If it does die, you know, I have another Heteroscodra. If it does not die, which is nice, and it grows up, I'm going to sell one of them, because I don't need 2 of them. So, you know, selling an adult Heteroscodra, Heteroscodras are pretty cheap in general, but I can get some money for it, so that's nice. I can use it to buy something else. Anyways, everything is doing well. All of the 3 original Amblepidgy Scorpion, except the Heteroscodra, really, but it's not dead yet. The Heteroscodra that I got, all of my Black Widows, but that makes perfect sense. They're Black Widows. They don't die. That doesn't happen. The Brachypelma I got for my birthday, which was in October of last year, is still doing well. It eats basically whenever I get it. The second I throw something in there, just done. Got it. And OBT is also doing well. I have a feeding video of it, which is really cool. I hope it webs up more. It's starting to web up a little bit of the outside of its hide, so that's good. Although that makes perfect sense, because all of them are not too hard to breed species. Like, an OBT is not a beginner species, but that's not because it's not a beginner species. It's because of its temperament. They're really easy to care for, but they're not for the inexperienced person, because the inexperienced person doesn't know how to deal with the speed. Or even, it is really just the speed, because defensive, it's defensive, just, who cares?
I'd much rather have a very defensive spider than a spider that's not defensive at all, but it'll be under my bed, you know, up my ass in 5 seconds. So, anyways, I'm happy about that. Everything's doing nicely. I plan to get some more snakes at the reptile expo when I go to. I don't know what I'm going to get. I have some money saved up though, so hopefully I can get something nice. I'll make sure that I take an actual video of the expo, because the last 2 expos that I went to, the last 3 expos that I went to, I took like one picture. The picture's not even there anymore because I deleted them off my phone, and I didn't even do a video of the entire expo, which is really stinky. Expo videos are really nice to watch. I like watching them, and so I think that you guys would like to watch them as well. I'm bringing a friend with me, so that'll be nice. I need a centipede. When I go to this expo, I'm getting a centipede. I need one. Scolopendra dehani is what I want via cherry red centipede specifically. That color morph of one. They're not too expensive, so hopefully I can get one for a pretty cheap price. The last time I went to an expo, I saw one for 30 bucks. I didn't get it though. I was going to, but then I saw the OBT that I ended up buying, and I bought that instead. Last time I went there, I saw somebody with a green lynx spider. It's only like 15 bucks. I think I might pick one of those up. They're pretty cool. Nobody there had black widows, but even if they did, it would probably be like a Hesperus or a Mactans, which I already have. Nobody there had a brown recluse, which sucks, but who knows? The tides may turn this time. And to be fair, I think that it was just not a very good this thing in general the last time I went to that expo, because the only things venomous there were a gaboon viper and a puff adder. I've seen some videos of that expo from in the past, and they had shit like black mambas, entire tables of venomous stuff. So clearly when I went, nobody was gonna have a brown recluse because barely anybody had anything venomous. But so next time, I guess I'll see you next time whenever that expo happens. So see you.